Adventures in Pixieland presents your daily energy reading. Today's astrological forecast for May 28th, 2023 is the waxing gibbous moon in practical Virgo, the self focused sun in fun loving Gemini, square strict Saturn in dreamy Pisces. Today, you might feel like taking a break. Let yourself relax. Today's Elder Futhark Daily Rune for May 28th, 2023 is Onsuz. Onsuz, the letter A, meaning God, chieftain, reference to Odin. Associations, mind, voice within, signals, inspiration, true vision, self knowledge. Today, your focus is on your connection to source consciousness. You might be noticing synchronicities or signals from the universe that you are on the right path. Today's daily romance angel oracle card for May 28th, 2023 is Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. The romance angels sent you this card to help you notice the unhealthy or disconcerting parts of your relationship. If you are swept up in a new romance, this card serves as a cautionary warning. Pay attention to your feelings and impressions with regards to your new suitor. Don't allow emotion to bind you to characteristics or habits that won't work out for you in a relationship. A red flag is a sign that something is off. It can include an indication of dishonesty, disrespect, flirtatiousness with others, substance abuse, or lack of integrity. While your new love interest may treat you wonderfully in the beginning of your relationship, it is vital that you watch how he or she treats others. Someone's basic character is revealed by the way in which he or she talks and acts with restaurant staff, valet parking attendants, or other miscellaneous individuals. If you're in an existing relationship, these red flags may signal a need for an honest, mutual discussion or couples counseling. This card doesn't necessarily guide you to leave a relationship. Red flags can be markers along the path of healing. A romance angel will guide you to take the steps that are healthy for everyone. So follow your intuition. Today's daily fairy wisdom oracle card for May 28th, 2023 is Book Fairy. Card 39. Book Fairy. Intellect. Seek knowledge today. This card is about reading, writing, study, and all intellectual pursuits in general. For those who love to read, be sure to allow yourself plenty of time for relaxing with a good book. For those who do not care to read, consider what you are missing out on and consider reading more. This card may herald a time of great study and learning. Maybe you are furthering your education and have much reading to do. There is one caution. If your nose is always in a book to the exclusion of people and other activities, you may want to make sure you're not trying to hide from life. It's fun to live in another dimension for a bit, but be sure to come back to your own plane of existence. It may be time to consider furthering your education. Your chant? Princesses, goblins, and romantic things. Treasures and pirates and magical rings. Wings that are wispy and bells that ring clear. Vanishing dragons. The crowd roars a cheer. Such is our stories, and so they are told, both of the meek and also the bold. Life is a story about which I write. I'll make it a good one, filled with bright light. So be it. Today's daily starseed oracle card for May 28th, 2023 is All Paths Lead Home. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. It is normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for the empaths is staying connected without cutting off the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get into the habit of turning your gaze within, getting connected for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from a place of an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. Your starseed soul inquiry: how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Today's Daily Priestess of Light Oracle card for May 28th, 2023 is Sacred Breath and Sound. Card 10, Sacred Breath and Sound. Life Force, Communication. This priestess of breath of life brings the light of the dolphin to you. This important totem has long been a symbol of life force embodied in breath, movement, and sound. This card is telling you to bring the dolphin's easy flowing pattern to your breath of life force at this time. Healing is available to you now on the physical and personal levels. Deep breathing can relieve stress, initiate and accelerate healing, and raise the resonant vibration of your chi or life force. So if there is a physical issue or personal pattern you want to resolve, spend some time in deep breathing and meditation and let yourself feel the fluid, peaceful influence it brings to your body and life. Another sacred energy heralded by this card is the resonance of sound. Dolphins have a special way of communicating. They send out clicks and respond to the reverberations. This card is calling your attention to how you communicate with yourself and others. The aqua blue colors on the card reinforce the importance of this message, vibrating with the energy of the fifth or throat chakra. It is your soul's directive to honor your self-expression. If you find it difficult to speak up, start by venting your difficult feelings in your journal. This healing process leads to a greater courage of expression in the future. It is time to share your feelings, voice your requests, and honor your right to speak out. Take a deep breath and practice communicating openly with others. This resonance of your breath and sound will move your life forward with the freedom, fluidity, and sparkling joy of the dolphin's magical energy. Your affirmation: I breathe deeply and express myself. My sound and breath are sacred to me. Your daily energy reading for May 28th, 2023 is: the astrology is telling you it's okay to take a break today. Onsus asks you to focus on your connection to divine source or synchronicities as you walk your path. The Romance Oracle asks you to pay attention to the red flags. Ignoring them usually just brings trouble later. The Fairies ask you to consider if it's time to continue your education, but also make time for play while the education continues. The Starseed Oracle reminds you that all paths lead home to your true self. The Priestess of Light Oracle asks you to remember your regular breathing practices. Mindful breath is a way of releasing difficult thoughts or emotions. So it's still a lot of very compatible energy. What's really happening here is that you're being asked to use that very thoughtful, mindful breath as a way of relaxing into yourself, investing in yourself with that increasing in education, taking breaks, building into breaks so that you have fun while you're continuing that education, because there's always going to be something more to learn, something more to adjust to. We need to be making sure that we are still staying balanced, centered, even, right? So we can use our breath, so we can have that better connection to source, so we can continue to seek out new information while all still coming home to our true self, while taking care of our true self. And then we would notice the red flags in others. If we're so busy and wrapped up in what we should be doing when there's always something to be doing, then we miss the education, we miss the lessons, we miss the red flags, and then we have more trouble later. Remember that you are a human being, not a human doing. You are valid even when you are at rest, and you deserve to have something every day that makes you feel cared and loved for. And the first person you should really be looking at that for is yourself.